Okay, next. So the next photograph, okay, so there's a very handsome fellow standing with his arms
Certainly
crossed.
not me.
Standing with his arms crossed. It's very bright and sunny. It looks like a spring day. I don't know. It's a close portrait, basically of your torso and your head. And behind you, there's I guess I don't know if it's a panel or if it's a canvas or something, but it's like a poster that says Instituto Balea Jubarte. How would you say it with a proper, without me
Yes,
butchering the language? How
it's
would you say it?
Instituto Baleia Jubarte, Humpback
Zubarchi.
Whale Institute, Jubarte.
Jubarchi. I love it. So take us through this photo.
Right, it's a few meters from where I am now. It's right in front of our visitor center here in Praia do Forte. It was taken when I took the job as the institutional development officer for the institute. I
Mm-hmm.
basically in charge of partnerships, fundraising, and public policy. And the institute was created in '96 to give institutional support to the humpback whale project, which started in 1988 when the remaining humpback whales were discovered in the Abrolhos National Park,
Mm.
which is this huge coral area in southern Bahia. And people found whales there when they were starting to implement the park. At the time, there were something like 500 humpbacks remaining in
Mm-hmm.
Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
and now there are about 20,000.
Whoa,
And
what?
in no small part because of the work that the institute has done. So
Oh,
I'm
good for
really
you guys.
happy to work here.
Amazing.
And the institute works in three areas: scientific research, following the recovery of this population, public education, doing things like going to schools and providing educational materials, and supporting whale watching,
Mm-hmm.
providing capacity building for whale watching operators and local communities, and running interpretive centers. This is the biggest one,
Mm-hmm.
just north of Salvador and Bahia. We have another one in Vitoria, which is the capital of Espírito Santo State, south of the
Okay.
Abrolhos Bank. And we have a small interpretive island in Itacaré, which is a touristy area, also in the middle of Bahia. And we're planning to do more work in São Paulo, in Ilhabela, and
Mm-hmm.
also in Rio de Janeiro. At these centers, we have life-size replicas, many interpretive panels, and we also have young monitors from the local community who take the visitors around in this beautiful 3-acre garden of Atlantic Forest
Right.
and show them the different issues related to the life, the research, and the conservation needs of whales.
Now I have to ask.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the third part, which of course is
Sure.
perhaps the most important, which is public policy. We
Okay.
try to use all this work in science and public awareness to influence public policy towards marine conservation.
Okay. Great. How has, I mean, look, Brazil's story with COVID isn't exactly best practice and leading the way. So
Jeez, man.
how?
Thanks for being kind.
So what has life been for you for the past 2 years?
Well, it's been really, really difficult. Brazil's handling of COVID has been a total disaster. Everyone knows that. And thanks to the governor of São Paulo state, who started pushing for vaccines and making vaccines at the state-owned Butantan Institute, that's when a real nationwide vaccination program took off.
Okay.
I had a mild COVID. My wife spent a week in hospital,
Oh,
and
wow.
that was really traumatic. We lost a lot of friends and a lot of important people for conservation in Brazil too.
Oh, fuck.
On top of that, I had a 2-year battle with cancer.
Oh, shit.
In the middle of that, fortunately, even as hospitals were swamped with COVID cases in ICUs and all that, I was able to do a few surgeries and all the treatment I needed.
Oh, wow.
Now it seems that the alien has left me for
Mm.
a while at least. But it was really bad for everyone, especially for ecotourism. And our whale
Yeah.
watching partners suffered a lot. We
Yeah.
have just released a short documentary that we did last year, Among Whales and Pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
where we showcase the hardship and the resilience of the coastal communities we work with. Fortunately, people are rebounding. Economic small businesses are rebounding, thanks in great part to vaccination,
Right.
and we're hopeful that it's going to get better.
So, uh, you, okay. So fighting, like dealing with cancer, dealing with you're saying you had a mild case of COVID. It wasn't so bad for
Mhm.
yourself. It's just like how, so the tone of the beginning of the conversation, because it's kind of
Mhm.
my energy, definitely is definitely up there, and you too sound like an optimistic, positive human being. Like I see your face and you've got this warmth and this brightness. So why don't you talk about where you got strength? Because how long were you fighting cancer? It was 2 years, or you
Yeah,
said it was a 2 year?
it's been kind of 2 years and a half. It's been an interesting magical adventure over the last 3 to 4 years, because before that I got a brain tumor, which which happened to be benign, fortunately. But then, in the wake of doing all the different rechecks and exams and things, I found kidney cancer, got the kidney out, found prostate
Ah,
cancer, got the
Jose, man.
prostate out, and all. But
Jose,
I
you're
I'm not.
amazing.
Well, I'm kind of a survivor,
Kind
and
of.
I think there are two main strengths to get me through different things in the life, and cancer is one of them.
Yeah.
One is my family. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I have two wonderful daughters from my first marriage, and the second
Right.
one from my second marriage that came with my wife already,
Mm-hmm.
and she gave me a great, fantastic grandson who is 7 now,
Oh, sweet.
and all of them are really hooked into nature. And my grandson plants trees with me, and he's now learning
Oh,
to
nice.
snorkel. And we have
Nice.
all these plans for traveling around and taking him to see things.
Yeah.
So, and I have a fantastic wife
Yeah.
that's been with me all along, and buys into my battles and fights. And family has been a big factor, but also I think that it might be immodest to say that, but I think that I have a sense of purpose in my
Mm-hmm.
life, and
Okay.
all these things I still want to do, all these books I still want to write, and
Sure.
places I want to go, and especially after all this cancer episodes, I got the sense of urgency of talking to younger people
Right.
and
Okay.
going to all. I don't go to academic congresses and seminars anymore, but if the local biology students club anywhere asks me for a talk, I'll do that gladly. I'll go
I
out of
love
my
it.
way to be able to do that, because you need to mobilize young people and let them understand that it's the individuals that move the world. It's the
Right.
individuals that change
Yeah.
society.
Yeah.
You cannot rely on governments or big structures. You have to do it
Mm-hmm.
yourself and find the strength in yourself to change things.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that helps me, keep
Yeah.
going.
For sure. For sure. Okay. So just a quick note to add to that, like from the work that I do in service leadership, right?
Mhm.
Service network leadership. What we say is that the strength that people have comes not from individual excellence, but from group, unity and then effort, and the
Yes.
network itself is what makes us stronger, like stronger
Yes.
together and all this stuff. So I hear you, man. I mean, like
Yeah. But it's networks of motivated, mobilized, conscious individuals that make the
okay.
difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Not a network of a bunch of sleeping idiots. Yes, got it. Check.
Yeah.
Got it. No sleeping idiots. Got it.
That's right.
Okay, well, because I said sleeping idiots, let's move on to the next photo. So, is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw.